The man who's in the eye of the storm at the moment, well, the YouTube storm, is on line one. Good afternoon, Gay.
Good afternoon to you and welcome home, dear boy. And the best of good luck to you. That radio man will jump up and bite you
Yes.
if you don't watch it. And anyway, if it's the first disc on the programme, you have to tap it twice.
Oh, is that
Did
it?
nobody tell you that?
No, they didn't tell me that. So what do you think of this hoo-ha now? Over 4 million views on YouTube, and we got onto our people in the RT Player and the RT YouTube channel, and I don't know if this will surprise you in any way, but it's UK, America, Australia, Ireland and Canada in that order. So the people in the UK and America and Australia are more interested in it than the people here in Ireland.
Well, that doesn't surprise me because they saw it on television last night, I presume. I haven't got the figures for last night. But anyway, my quick reaction is that everybody is getting much, much more excited about this thing than I am, to tell you the truth, because we've had a good number of people on the programme down through the years. We're now on our, I don't know what series it is. You'd need to ask Roger Childs. But we've done a lot of programmes, and we've had many people expressing atheistic views and non-belief views and their views on God and so on. I think that we happen to have a man who is a particularly good speaker and particularly robust in expressing his views and quite cantankerous about it and quite aggressive about it. Anyway, isn't it a wonderful thing to say that a little television program, which is scarcely more than radio with pictures, on a Sunday night in the Godspot at 10:30 suddenly blossoms into something which is being looked at by 4 million people worldwide? I think it's a miracle.
But is it not, Gay, that what he said and how he said it? Because I suppose people's faith has been battered over the last 10, 20 years with the clerical abuse cases and all that. And a lot of people, I know, in speaking to people, they've sort of bypassed the organised church, the Catholic Church as it is. And you can see that because less and less people are going to Mass. And now this man gets on a Sunday, the day of our Lord, in the company of you, Mr. Gay Byrne, and he says things like God is a monster, utterly evil, mean-minded, stupid. And that's, the people have nowhere to hide now.
Well, he has nowhere to hide, but then he's not looking for somewhere to hide, and he's expressing his views, and that's the way he regards the whole belief in God. He did preface that, to give him his due, by saying that he has great tolerance for those people who do believe, and he wishes them the best of luck. He thinks it's all a fairy tale, but he's not the first one by any means on the programme or anywhere else to say that, and he won't be the last, I would say.
Well, why then do you think that 4 million people are interested in exactly what he said?
I think it is, first of all, the reason why the programme proves reasonably popular with people, and that is because they discover we are all in the same boat. We are all looking for certainty. We are all wondering how we came to be here, why we're here, what we're doing here, what's it all about, Alfie, and what lies at the end of it. And we are consoled to some extent by looking at a program like that and realizing that lots and lots of other people have precisely the same doubts, the same wonderings, the same questions, and the same levels of belief or disbelief as the case may be. And as I say, we're all in the same boat, wondering about the same things.
He's amazing, isn't he? Amazingly articulate, eloquent, hugely well read. How many quotes did he get in now in that?
He got
38 minutes.
He got in at least a dozen quotes of different people, and he is a wonderful speaker, you're quite right. And when he was telling us about what, obviously you're seeing an edited version of a total program, because we do over-record, and then we cut it down to what we want. And one of the things he left out when he was telling the story about having nicked the overcoat, did you see the program?
I did. Most of it, the RT Player was playing up on me, oddly.
Well, he told the story about nicking an overcoat coming out of a pub in London and finding that he had credit cards in it, and he went on a 3-month spending spree with the credit cards, and he ate in all the best restaurants, he stayed in all the best hotels, he bought things left, right and centre on the stolen credit cards, and he gave as his reason for getting away with it, and this is partly to do with the answer which is causing all the fuss around the world now. He gave as his answer when I said, how the hell did you get away with it for 3 months? months. And he said, well, part of the reason was because I was a very big guy, and he's a much bigger man than you think he is. He's a very, very bulky fellow. And secondly, he said, because I had an air of authority about it. I had this voice, and a very upper-class British voice, and it brooks no argument. And when I issue a statement, it stays issued, as it were, and you'd be a brave person to take me on. And that, he says, is the reason why I got away with this whole subterfuge for the best part of 3 months before the cops caught up with them.
And to go back to the meaning of life, in listening to all these people, and you've listened to various people over the years sort of argue their atheism, if you like, has it made you question your faith?
Well, they haven't all argued their atheism.
No, but some of them
We've had lots of people who are firm, staunch believers in the Catholic Church and the Christian theology and all of that sort of thing. Yes, they all got a bit of a setback because of the abuse scandals and so on, but many of them are still of strong believers. And by the way, we have coming up in a couple of weeks the recently retired Archbishop of Canterbury, Rowan Williams, and he will be speaking about what his beliefs are, and obviously he is very much in line with conservative Christian views. But I'm a cuter fox than people give him credit for.
No,
so in answer to your
Byrne
question,
cute.
in answer to your question, I would say that I never let on to anybody what my own beliefs are, on the basis that it would be unfair to those people who are coming on the program in the future, because if they knew where I'm coming from, they might be tempted to edit or censor their own answers.
Of course.
Before they give me an answer on the program, they might well say, oh, well, I know where Gay is coming on from this, so I better not offend him or insult his beliefs, therefore I won't say what I really think. And on that basis, then, I don't let anybody else know what my thoughts are.
Is this up there with some of the big Late Show moments? The condom on the banana, or the
not by any means, because the internet actually doesn't mean very much to me. I'm told that 4 million people, but I've no record of that. I've no sort of sense of that or anything like that. But I'm pleased about it, of course, and it's wonderful again to make the point that this little program has gained such fame around the world.
And will you ever comfortably let the tables be turned on you? And if so, can I do it?
When I'm on my deathbed, dear boy, I shall then say to somebody, yes, you can ask me any questions you want. And I hope I'll be able to give the right answers at that stage.
So I'll ask you the one, what would you say to God? And do you hope to meet your loved ones in heaven and all that sort of thing? And you will give me honest answers?
Probably, yes. I'll think about it beforehand.
Yes, of course. Right. So the invitation is still there, Gay?
To do what?
That you'll turn the tables on the meaning of life, and it'll be Gay Byrne.
Oh, yes. Well, there you are. I may do it sometime, but not yet, because we've a long list of people to get through before we give up the series.
Listen, Father Iggy O'Donovan has been on to us. He says, Stephen Fry and Gay Byrne did more for God and religion yesterday than all the priest sermons put together.
What the hell does he mean by that?
Well, he means that people will have to question their faith now, and in doing that, that's a healthy thing.
Well, that is the great secret of the program, because most people don't actually think about their faith, and they don't actually think about their beliefs until they're confronted by somebody like, in this case, Gay Byrne, and they have to think on their feet. They are not given the questions beforehand. They are not given any list of anything. They only know if they've seen the program. If they have seen the program, they know what the final question is, which was the question that Stephen Fry answered. But apart from that, they're not given the question, so they have to think on their feet. And the wonderful thing about the program is that people are not... They come on the program, and this can be said about very, very few talk shows on radio or television. They're not selling anything. They haven't got a disc to sell or a book to sell or a play or a movie or anything like that. They agree to come on the program and think on their feet. And in many cases, you can see that this is actually the first time that they've sat down to think, well, what do I think about that? And what do I believe about Jesus? And what do I believe about the Bible? And what do I believe about the New Testament? And all of that kind of thing. You can see them actually thinking on their feet.
Now, which button do I press now? I want to take a commercial break. Which one is it, Gay?
The commercial break, the Kit Kat.
Kit Kat, okay.
Hit it twice.
Twice. Gay, thanks very much. Talk to you soon.
Goodbye.
Bye.